between the two.
Did you see the lawn and curbing that David Reed smashed on their yard?
Yeah.
To go to Glamis.
Yeah.
And that's right.
His son was like,
Get ready for Glamis. Call Milo today. Schedule your appointment. Glamis. And that's right. You heard it right. Glamis.
Reed smashed on their yard?
yeah. Yeah.
And that's right.
His son was like,
show you guys what it takes or what we do to get ready for Glamis. We got the semi truck front and center. Matt, what's going on, bud?
What's up, dude?
What are we doing right now?
I guess we're taking a look at the semi for Glamis. I don't know, Justin, I think you're going to give us a tour.
Hey, real quickly here, before we get the tour, yes, Carver, I will be at Glamis, so you better be there as well. And I might have your generator this weekend too, bud. And what happened at Sand Sports Super Show, says Austin?
The Sand Sports Super Show. It was started off to be a really good show, and then apparently the police and fire department, along with the city, decided there was too many people there, so they shut us down about 1 o'clock on Saturday and canceled the rest of the event. So I apologize to anyone that wanted to come out and see us. Sorry we couldn't be there, but we will be out at Glamis, so come out and see us. We are up in Utah this week, a UTV takeover. So if you're up there, stop by and see Savino.
Your Rosa Nick. Yo, Glamis bound, I'll be there to get a rear sway bar. Well, let's show you how you're going to be getting that rear sway bar installed at the Shock Therapy semi truck. What's going on, Justin?
What's up, guys? So outside, we got the generator running because the AC is running on the inside, so maybe we go inside where you can actually hear a little bit better. What do you think, Jason?
I like that.
Alright, so we figured not very often does a semi sitting over at the shop where we're actually completely loaded and ready to go to an event. Although it is here all the time, unless it's at an event. But we're going to show you a little bit about what it goes into, or I should say, what goes into our preparation to go to a Glamis event with the semi. There's actually a lot of stuff that goes into it. The things that you can't see in advance would be the DOT licensing, taxes, California permits, other issues just to get the semi out there. In addition to that, obviously insurance, and we're going to bring about 20 guys with us, and they've got to have some place to sleep, some place to eat, and all that logistics go into a lot of it. Plus, after work, there's usually a bunch of after-hour festivities. We got to make sure everybody's good with that.
they're top
usually,
secret, though.
It's top secret?
Top secret. Top secret.
Well, I'll give everybody a hint. In order to handle the after-hours festivities, usually that's a run to Costco or Sam's, and that's about 2 to 3 pallets of Mick Ultra. Usually is what it takes to run a 4-day trip.
I will say, Mitch himself and Lauren, every time we get this thing ready, exceed themselves and break their backs. I've never seen anyone put as much blood, sweat, and tears into this semi.
That's a fact. Mitch,
My baby.
Yeah,
It is my baby. I try my best to make sure we have everything there. It's obviously difficult to pack an entire shop, especially big of a building that we have into one semi-truck. So the planning, logistics, note sheets, all the stuff organized and all that is a job alone.
So I'm going to jump into the middle of that, but I'm going to let you take over in a second. So what a lot of people don't understand when we go to Glamis is that it's appointment only. There's a reason why that's the case. Because we can't possibly bring enough parts in one semi to cover every single vehicle or customer potential need that can walk up to the truck at any moment in time. We have to have appointments in advance so that we know which cars we're doing, so we can bring all of the spring kits, potentially 30 different kits per car. We want to make sure that we have the right one according to weight and use for every single customer that's listed for our daily run. In order for us to bring enough springs just to cover the potential of 15 to 20 cars a day times 4 days, I guarantee you it would be about 3 of these trucks, and all 3 trucks would be completely loaded with 80,000 pounds of springs. And we probably wouldn't have the one that one customer needed, guaranteed. So we have to have appointments to be able to plan it in advance. What Chase.
You're
dying.
What's a bigger logistic nightmare, Justin? Getting ready for the Baja 1000 or Glamis?
Wow, that's actually a really good question. I'm surprised it came out of your mouth.
You're welcome.
I think the 1000 is harder. And you know why? The only reason why the 1000 is harder is because Mitch and Lauren take care of everything on the semi when we go to Glamis.
Hey, it looks like we got somebody that needs to get us ready for Mexico now.
Yeah, you want another job, Mitch? Just get the semi, just take care of everything at the 1000 and we'll call it even.
I'll get right on it. We'll fit it into the schedule here.
I've already been trying to get Mitch to start coming to all the races. I'm working on it, people.
You know, I've been hearing that quite a bit. Maybe it's time I actually go down there and hang out.
Well, the problem with that is you're going to go and you're going to get hooked and then you're never going to be at work.
That's true.
So we have to be careful with that.
Somebody's got to.
We'll come back to how we actually bring parts for every single person's appointment in just a minute when we kind of walk around the semi. But at first, let's look up in the front. So what you're looking at is a hospitality area, which normally when we bought this truck and trailer, which was an ex-race trailer and truck for Kawasaki. Kawasaki raced this at all of the motocross events and supercross events for quite a few years. And then it went to Bobby Van Beekum, who races short course and off-road. And Bobby sold it to us, and we wrapped it, went through it, and kind of turned it into a mobile shock station. So the front hospitality area, we don't really use it for hospitality. I mean, it's got sink and fridge and all the goodies. We use it for inventory. That's why it's loaded. But if you were to look around, actually, Chase, let me walk through there real quick. Up in here is just some of the inventory that we have. So, sorry, that's a 100-pound box of sway bar links. Each one of these has about 300 spacers for sway bar links, linkage assemblies, rod ends, all of the things that we have for kits. All of these parts that are up here, including, thank God it's a semi, that's about 150 pounds of hardware spacers for just limit strap kits. All of these things that you see up here are not for customers that we have booked. These are in addition to our bookings. These are the things that you can come to the truck in Glamis and you're like, hey, I want some sway bar links for my XP or my X3, limit strap kits. We have that stuff. That's outside of the normal appointments that we have. I'm not even going to go too deep, but look at that. Crossover rings, only crossover rings. I mean, Mitch, how much we got here? Probably 400 kits?
There's probably 300-400 kits worth of crossover rings in there, for sure.
Limit strap kits, sway bar kits, all that stuff is up here. You know, we probably shouldn't weigh this truck or go across the scales. I think we'd probably get a ticket.
I'd be afraid.
Yeah.
I was going to say it would be fun to weigh this semi before parted down and then after parted down. We got to jump on that.
Actually, that's a really good. And that's actually two things you've said today that are pretty amazing, Chase.
We did do the math on how many springs.
You should hit that pot pen more often.
Hey, I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket.
So here's some more stuff. These, sorry, it's a 100-pound box of hardware. You're looking at individual hardware clips, you know, stainless steel spacers that are outside of our normal kits that actually might make something work out when someone walks up with a car we don't expect, or maybe a custom-made vehicle, and they need something. We probably have it. We don't advertise that. The reason is it's all we can do to get through all of the things that we've booked. But if somebody runs in and they've got a car that's broken and we can possibly help to fix it, we're absolutely going to fix it.
So break it down for them, Justin. In reality, they could get everything from us there except for a tune on site. As far as if you want to walk up and get a tune, you have to pre-book an appointment.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy everything from us that we have on our website as far as components and parts. We have them and ready to go. But what we book in advance and have appointments set up for is internal shock work, spring kits, installation on a car.
So I'll add into that too real quick.
Go ahead,
also, guys who come by who help need adjustments and stuff like that, we're always down to help with tuning on that side of things. But as far as appointments, we are appointment booked. We have plenty of guys that stop by and even just asking questions about adjustments and how to adjust their car for certain things, or it's doing this or that. We're always down to help with that.
So RIS spring kit, you need an appointment.
Yes.
Anything else, more than likely we got it here in this room.
More than likely, we try to. It's really hard though. Like Mitch had said, you know, he and Lauren take weeks to try and prep the truck and make sure it has everything in it.
As we're talking about that, I want to show the people these weeks now. Now this is what we might need. This is a maybe.
Maybe. This is just in case.
Now here's our reality.
So actually look downstairs.
Okay.
This is where we're working.
Yep.
And now this is upstairs. That is our spring inventory. And that is strictly just in case. That is everything that's on the upper walls that you see on both sides is a maybe. Just in case somebody has a custom weird car setup that we might need to do something for. That's what's on the walls. That is not what we're bringing for customers. Now, right in the middle, if you look at all these bins, you can actually see people's names on them. If you look at the ones up on top, and they're done by day and customer name. So all of our appointments that we've scheduled in advance are actually pulled. Every part that for that car, for that customer, is pulled in advance and in one of these bins.
All right, I'm looking at Jamie Figura. I got
It's Figueroa.
Figura,
Yeah.
and Kevin Overmoller.
You know, Chase, you had to pick the hard names, right?
I know. Hey, I got Sean.
Why didn't you go for Nick Lopez?
Sean Samuels, and I also got the Nick Lopez.
That's right. So if you have an appointment with us, then we've actually pulled all of the spring kit. We've pulled all the shock internals. We've pulled all the valving. We've pulled all the sway bar links. We've pulled sway bars. We've pulled all the components that you might be putting on your car in your appointment in advance. So we're not going to run out of anything if you are booked. Everything that you see surrounding these bins and up front is just in case you come in and need something we can help you with. We are going to do it no matter what. This is why we have to book appointments, you guys, because we just don't have the room. We don't have 6 other semi trucks to bring everything out just in case. This is also why when you come up to the semi and you're like, hey, I just want to get a spring kit and I want to get valving, I want to get it all done while I'm here, you know, we want to do it. We will do it if we can do it. The problem is that all of our time is booked in advance for people who have set those appointments, and we're going to do them first. If those appointments take a little bit longer, maybe they had a stripped bolt or we had to do spring kit on it a couple of times to get the spring rates right, those appointments that take longer mean that we can't shove somebody else in at the end of the day. But if all of our appointments go pretty quick and we nail it on all of them and we have some extra time, then we're going to actually take you in. If you come to the semi and you say, hey, I want to get my stuff done, then we will tell you we can't do it, but we'll try. The best way to find out if we can do it is come back by the semi about lunch, and we'll know how the first half of the day went. And if that first half of the day went pretty quick, then we're going to probably grab your car and do it if we can. If the first half of the day didn't go very fast and we had a couple of cars that took us a long time, we're going to tell you that we can't do it. Don't be upset. A lot of people act like we do this on purpose. It's not. This is planned in advance on purpose to make our life easy for the customers who have set their appointments and done it in advance, and also making those customers' lives easy so they can get in and out of our shop as fast as possible.
Got a couple of good questions here too. Fernando19 is asking, is it too late to make an appointment? J Hubs 24 is also asking, are you able to recharge nitrogen?
So is it Fernando first?
Yep, Fernando.
Yeah,
first.
so Fernando, yeah, we're 100% booked. The only way you're going to get an appointment here, you're not going to get an appointment, but the only way you're going to get it done this trip is to stop by at noon, like we say, check in with us and see if we're going pretty quick, and we might be able to get it in. You might have to check with us a couple days in a row to find out if we can even do it. As far, what was the other one?
Are we able to recharge nitrogen while we're out there?
So nitrogen is a tricky thing. We do not have nitrogen that will reach away from the semi out into the parking area to charge somebody's car. So we can't do complete cars typically. We can only do shocks that are off the car. So if you have a set of shocks that were rebuilt and you can bring them over to us, we'll charge them for you for free. But if they're on the car, we probably can't get to it.
And then Luigi L8 asks, how can I set up an appointment? Kind of goes along with
Go ahead and answer that.
Basically call the shop, see what the scheduled times are, whatever day works best for you. You guys can pick that day and we'll get you rock and rolling. If it is for dunes, like Justin said, we are booked out, so best thing to do is stop by around lunchtime and see where we're at for the day and see if we can help you out.
Yeah, other than that, I would make a suggestion to all of you guys. If you want to do something in the dunes, and you should be scheduling something right now for Thanksgiving. I mean, we're booked for Halloween. If you want something done, call and make a scheduled appointment for Thanksgiving or for New Year's or for Presidents. Those are the three after Halloween major events that we go to.
Tahoe Adventures asks how many 10 millimeters are in the truck.
Good question. Mitch, why don't you show them?
Well,
So we actually stocked up, right, Mitch?
yeah, I mean, there's 1, 2, probably 3, 4, 5.
And wait for it, just the 10 millimeters that you bought, just strictly 10 millimeters
Yeah.
to replace the other ones.
Six,
And 19s, right?
There's probably 15 of them in here. I mean, 18s, 19s, 15s, wrenches, sockets. I mean, problem is you're in the dunes, you drop it, it's gone forever. So
What is going on with these 10 millimeters, Mitch? Explain to the people, as well as explain to me about the Banshees.
So this is
what?
coming from
The Banshees.
the Banshees.
This
All
is
I
co-
ever hear is 10 millimeters and Banshees.
Well, it's always a common thing that you lose your 10 millimeter. I don't know.
Well, 10 millimeters is the most popular hardware on any UTV.
That is very true too.
So 10 millimeters are always getting lost.
Same with your Banshee, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. So I know Banshees. We see them rip by, and it's just kind of like, I don't know, a white elephant. We kind of make fun of them a little
Steve
bit.
has like a saying with it, and it's caught on to me. He
What is it?
almost does it with like a little swag, a Banshee.
He does have an accent. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what that accent actually is.
You give it to us,
I
Mitch.
can't do it. I don't know.
We'll have to get Steve to fill us in on it.
maybe
Yeah,
we
you
can
know
get
what?
him.
Hey, Matt, go find Steve, will you? We'll get him to do a Banshee impression.
The Forgotten 2013 Can-Am X3 DRS dual rate spring kit. Do you ship them to people so they can install them on their own? Absolutely. And then Luciano 6307 DF springs for the Wildcat Double X. Yes, we do. I'm gonna just kind of fire off some stuff here.
Yep,
Justin.
do it.
All right. What else we got? The Forgotten 2013. If I took my Can-Am into your shop, how long does it take? Turn around if you have an appointment. And then Slogie 37, I just hopped on. Are you guys taking this to Glamis? Yes, this will be out there all season long for every major holiday.
All right. What we are doing is we're about to show you a little bit more about how we prep to go. Not until we have Steve come into the semi. Steve, you've had zero preparation. You were just pulled in. We were talking about how we love to comment about Banshees, and that you have an excellent accent when spotting Banshee.
Okay, yeah,
I can do it.
It's Banshees. You gotta run a Banshee. When they ride by, they go fast and they go hard.
So what is that? Is that Scottish or English?
No, that was a customer that came into me. I was here at the shop, and he
Sounds
had
South African.
No, he was totally American, but he said he came in and he said he didn't ride side by sides. He rode a Banshee because that's what men ride.
I got
Yeah.
some surfer maybe there.
I don't know. He was probably stoned for sure.
So when we're looking for Banshees, we're actually looking for men.
Yeah.
Technically.
Full lonesies, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's only men riding.
All right, excellent. Steve, thank you very much for signing in.
Later, guys.
Bye.
3 Nick 6 wants to ask you to ship me my shirt case.
What?
Maybe.
You didn't do your job?
Maybe.
Say it isn't so.
Some things you gotta ask for more than once, people.
All right,
We'll get on that.
Keeping this moving along, we're going to look at everything else that's in the cabinets.
Yeah.
Mitch, why don't you show us the front cabinet, which is
All of our sway bars.
overflow of sway bar inventory. So if you come up and you're like, hey man, I want to buy a sway bar for my XP, or I want one for my X3. Well, this is our inventory of bars for you guys, which is just outside of our appointments.
Got a lot of love right there.
Yep. Also, people ask us, well, how many people does it take? How many jacks does it take? Well, I think we've got 10 Pro Eagle jacks in here. That is just the minimum of what it takes to actually do 4 to 10 cars at a time. Oh, you couldn't resist, could you, Chase?
So nice.
So cute.
So nice.
All right, upstairs here.
Oh, hold on. I
Little-
need some of these.
Yeah, we got those are fairly valuable, and they only go on cars that have actually paid for the shock work. So You can't touch those, Chase. You do not have a car
I
or
don't know if
shop
we
work.
should be giving this information out, man. People are gonna know where we keep the gold.
Yeah, well, cordlesses are very important, just as important as the rest of it. Mitch, you want to show off some tools?
Yeah.
So these are just some of the tool drawers that we have in the semi, so that we can. Now, obviously,
Wow.
UTVs do not typically have 1.5 wrench. It needs. But if somebody walked up and they have, a sand car with something broken, we're not going to deny them. We probably have something that'll help them.
We try to
work it out.
have everything that we possibly can, even though it's hard to accommodate everybody, but we definitely try our best.
Yep.
My dad just has a couple of these.
You can't resist
Chase, do you know what that
touching
is?
that.
It's for your teeth.
No, actually, you know what this is? It's a scrotum checker. Would you like me to check?
Well, yeah. Well,
There it is.
wow.
It didn't find anything.
I was gonna say you could have took nothing.
So all these tools that you see inside the semi, as Mitch is going through the drawers, or maybe I am, these are just the tools that we use inside the semi. Everybody on the outside has their own tools. They have their own rolling carts. A couple missing ones. So this is just backup. If Chase, if you turn around and don't step on the hammer that you dropped. So these rolling carts are full of tools that are used outside of the semi when working on cars on the slab. We do have a concrete slab in our booth. The reason is you can't set ride heights in the sand accurately. That's a mess. You're asking for comebacks, and we've seen a lot of people do it, including us like years ago.
Yeah, you remember when we had the floor, and by the end of the trip, it looked like a whoop section?
Yeah, we had like a snap together race floor, and we put that over the sand, but after you have about 10 cars on it, it was a wavy sucker, and it doesn't work out. So all the tools over there are outside. All the tools inside take care of the work on the inside of the semi. If you look over here, we've got a mill lathe combo. We do have a welder. I probably should not tell anybody about that, but we do not use these tools for anything other than shock work on what we are doing. So do not come over to the semi asking us to lathe up some spacers for your sand car.
Or weld your cage together.
Or weld the cage together that you broke.
Welder.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, we can't stop what we're doing to do that. Inventory. Here's some more stuff. So in these drawers are every single shock spacer known to man. Clips, uniballs, all kinds of components in case people break shocks off. And you kind of need this stuff because when we're working on cars, we do not want to stop because we're missing something. Now, we pretty much can't bring everything that's humanly possible to run into at the dunes, but we sure try. It sucks when we feel like we have every part available and we are not able to help somebody because we've been to the dunes, we've broken something that's very weird, and it's shortened our trip, and we want to make sure that people can actually run the whole trip.
That's a good drawer right
This
there.
drawer right here is shock shafts. Nobody's got this stuff. We bring tons of shafts because people bend them when they wreck a car, but they still want to finish their trip. It's super important to us to try and keep everybody's trip together. It's expensive and time consuming to come out with the family, and they want to run the whole time.
So that was a Walker drawer, that's a Fox drawer, that's just...
Oh, so Fox drawer, Walker drawer, gotcha.
Yep.
Mitch, I'm gonna have to come have you organize my closet, man. This is impressive.
Chase, do you need to reset the feed? You need to go back inside the shop to do it?
If
Why don't you go back inside, do it?
Oh, Chase.
So it looks like it's just Facebook, you guys. We still are recording
This is
here
Instagram.
on Instagram.
You want to set it up, man? That's both of them.
Okay. Hold on. We'll be
You
right
probably,
back.
why don't you go back inside?
Hold on.
Bye. We'll all wait while Chase does his job.
Okay.
And then there's one sledge that's like,
Pretty badass.
well, it's that big.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good handheld instead of the big one.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, I think we're fighting going into semi, so we're going to stay right here so I don't lose the Facebook feed.
All right, then I'll walk back here and I'll show you guys what's up real quick while you stay right here. Maybe Chase can figure out the zoom. But
I'll zoom you.
all right, you guys. So all the stuff over here on my left is
so we're going to stay right here.
awning material so that we have a nice covered area so we can do all your cars on the concrete slab. The material that covers that is in these bags. Display shelves for parts, fans, flags, ladders, and tables, all of which end up coming out with all the components on it. If you look in the back, actually I'll point it out, you see these two vices? A tall one and a short one. There's a duplicate system on the other side. So when we're here working on shocks, we've got Mitch and usually another shock tech in the back working on opposite sides of those vices, and they've got all 4 shocks in the vices at the same time doing all the internal work. After they're done, then we're grabbing spring kits, and everybody on the outside's already done sway bars or frame supports or radius rods or whatever's on your list. They've already done it. Shocks come out of the semi, go back on the car, check ride heights. You come pick up your car, and you get to find out exactly the difference between when you drove it in stock and when you left with our kit, and it's a massive change, and we love that the most about going to Glamis. The people can see the difference within 4 hours of driving a car in and driving a car out, and they can show their friends, they can tell their friends, and they know it's worth every single penny. That's the best thing about us being Glamis.
Reno 6.7, damn, half my buddies have shock therapy springs after driving my Pro XP.
It happens, right? When as soon as you got it, then all your friends have to have it. You know why? Because you're faster than them, you're smoother than them, and they got to keep up with you. And that usually is what happens in groups of people, where one car gets all of our stuff, everybody else has to keep up. Not only that, but the wife is running around talking about how smooth it is, and all the other wives don't want to get beat up. So that typically happens a lot as well. You guys got any other questions on the inside of the semi? If not, we're going to walk back inside where it's a little bit cooler.
You slow gear 37, we might answer this one, I'm not sure. If someone without an appointment rolls up and you guys have time to work on their car, what would be the best payment method for you guys?
Well, cash is always awesome, but we take anything you got.
I like this
accelerated.
Pablo Diablo. Sorry, Mitch, I had to say the name. Do you weigh each car before doing RIS, or do you install accessories from a baseline?
So it's actually a good question. We weigh a lot of cars. We do not weigh every car. The reason we don't weigh every car is because we've done literally 6,000 cars, Mitch? 6 or 7,000 cars?
Can't even keep track anymore.
Something like that. So we actually are pretty good about getting the weight within 50 pounds one way or the other according to the accessories and looking at the car. Now, having said that, we do get stumped sometimes.
It happens.
Here at the shop, we do about 15 cars a day, and we might get one mistake once a month. So it's very, very rare. That's why we like to have cars in our possession so that we can change a spring right away and modify it accordingly. Usually if we don't get one right, that's the one we're going to weigh and see exactly why we didn't get it, and then add that to the list of things that we already have written down. So the answer to your question is yes, we weigh cars. No, we don't weigh them all. Reason is we kind of blow and go through a lot that we see the same every single day, and we know about exactly where they're at. Usually we know exactly what it is once we do the preload on the car, check ride height, and we know where we're at.
Perfect. Clay Fouth. Just got back from my first Glamis trip after getting the ST treatment. All I can say is wow.
Awesome, man. Thanks for checking in and tell us what you think. Love hearing that. Always.
Exhilarated Logistics. I'm picking up my first car on Thursday. It's a 20 X3 XRC Turbo. What's the first thing I should do to it?
XRC? I'm going to say spring kit, and if you can afford to do it all at the same time, do spring kit, shock internals with tubes. I would do a front sway bar if you're going to go to the dunes or desert. If you're going to go rock crawling, then you can skip the bar. Boom. Let's go into the showroom and sign off. Matt, you got anybody?
Yes. Sorry, I was answering RJ wanted to say that he got his first X3 down there at Glamis and it was the best investment.
RJ over at Jeffries?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool, man. I do remember that, to tell you the truth. You know, what Matt was just saying is that RJ over at Jeffries Performance had his first car done in the dunes. I remember everything about that. That was actually one of the first shop cars they had put together. Everything about it was custom with arms and box stuff and a bunch of really cool fabrication on the car. And we gave it a first run and a second run, and that thing was perfect. And they went and ran videos and filmed the rest of the weekend. So I remember that very well. It was awesome.
Now, most importantly, for everyone else that is not getting anything from us, specifically parts or suspension-wise, why is another good reason to come see us? What are we doing? Are we going to be hanging out on our slab at night? Are we going to be having any of our...
We don't invite anybody over for that after-hour stuff. That you got to be part of the crew to be part of that. I'm sorry. You know, we've had taco nights at the dunes and had every bit of 1,500 people show up. So, no, it is not an open invitation for cornhole and beer pong after hours. Sorry, Chase. Thanks for pointing out the obvious. Also, but one thing is actually important. If you guys aren't getting anything done, come on in, JT. Don't let us stop you working. We just came into your area. JT's answering phones like he does all the time, so you guys are calling, and we've got actually 5 guys up front that do that. If you are not getting anything done on your car, don't hesitate to stop by. We are there to answer your questions. We in the past have had 3 or 4 people that are just up front to talk to you. This time we're going to have about 5 to 7 people that are just there to talk to you. So if you have questions about what we do, questions about how your car works, questions about what to do to your car, we are there for you to answer those questions and help you through all that process.
Kind of a weird one. Roost factor. What would it take to make IQS independent front and rear? Also,
it actually takes a lot because the computer isn't set to do that. We are almost done with setting that system up. We're about a month and a half away from offering that as an upgrade to your current IQS.
Rob Martin 1208. Yes, we will be in Glamis on Thanksgiving.
And the dates are, I think, are 24th, 5th, 6th, 7th, right? Whatever
right.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are for that trip.
Yep. I ran my 18 XP4T with my new shock therapy coils, and it was a night and day difference. Thank you. That was from SC4 Life.
Right on, man. Thanks for signing in.
Yep. Doesn't look like really anything else here.
Hey, Matt, you want to promote anything in Idaho while Savino's headed up there?
So yeah, we are at UTV Takeover Utah this week in Sand Hollow. Booth days will be Wednesday through Saturday. I believe they're running vendor hours of like 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Stop by and see Savino. He's got a bunch of product for sale, swag, and he'll be able to answer any questions you got.
What's our next available?
So if you guys are up in Idaho, stop by and talk to Savino. If you guys are holding off on Idaho and going to Glamis, then come and see us. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the Halloween weekend. Love to see you guys, especially if you've got any components of ours. I'd like to hear how you like them. And if you are not customers of ours yet, but would like to be, we'd love to talk to you about what is needed for your car or what we would suggest.
one more completely off question. Hi from Portugal. Wow, so cool.
Portugal, that's awesome. That's a good sign in.
In terms of shaft displacement, giggity giggity, how many inches / seconds do you consider for high speed and low speed compression? Thank you.
You know, I'm sure that's somebody trying to stump me. That would honestly depend upon the shock. If you've got a 3-inch shock, then you're looking at 7/8 diameter shaft. If you've got a 2.5-inch shock, you're looking at 5/8 or 3/4 shaft. If you want to, it also depends on how much the resistance is being given to you by the spring. So that's an open-ended question for you to ask. I'm going to need way more details to tell you what I would consider high and low, because shaft speed and shaft displacement is going to be different high and low according to what you've got for resistance with spring, and also the dual speed adjuster or overall compression adjuster capacity to adjust it. So sorry, I can't give you an honest.
You had a lot of love for your efforts there, and then I just want to say here, FSA Ride Co. He thought it was 69. I can't believe I.
Of course, Chase would. Yes, it's 69 inches per second is high speed. Well, in Chase's world, it's probably a whole lot less than that.
Shaft talk by #NoChase. I agree with you, Jason.
That's right. In Chase's world, it's 5 fingers per second.
Yeah,
it's probably high speed.
Yeah,
very true.
Yeah. All right, so we digress. Sorry to ruin the feed, but you guys, at least you have an idea a little bit about what goes into setting the semi up for a Glamis trip.
Next available appointment. We had everyone asking.
We have a couple spots open for every single day through Thanksgiving. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So
you have spots open? I thought it was booked.
For Thanksgiving.
Oh, for the next trip. I'm sorry, not for Halloween, you guys.
Yep.
Halloween's booked, but for Thanksgiving, we've got a couple per day. So you better get on it. Don't wait until after Halloween to call us and set up an appointment. It's going to be full.
JT, how quick
They're doing
is
Christmas
that gonna
already,
fill up?
also.
I give it till right about after Halloween.
Also, you've got New Year's. You've already got appointments booked for New Year's. Not as booked, of course, but we would like you to call in advance and get that too. If you've got a New Year's trip, then call us first. All right, I think we should get out of here because I am done talking and I'm done with the sweat wipes from outside that semi where it was a little bit warm coming back in. We got Dominic over in the
We got
corner.
a celebrity over here.
Yeah, we've got pilot extraordinaire. Thank you for flying the last race, Dominic.
Welcome, very much so. Enjoyed it.
You guys might have seen some piloting skills on some videos of him flying backwards at 40 mile an hour, and Chase hanging out the window.
Dom, I need your job description right now here at Shock Therapy, as of right now.
Everything.
Comic relief, usually.
Everything. I like doing the race car stuff, like helping out, doing what I can, what I basically don't know, and Tony yells at me, you're doing it wrong. Darren just looks, points, and laughs, but it's fun.
Helicopter chase pilot / front shock extraordinaire.
Oh, God.
Oh, you do have front shocks down.
That was,
Yeah.
I'm an installer, too, by the way.
So Dominic was instrumental in a 12-minute pit stop where we got a shock changed in the Baja 500, where we were basically winning and then I threw it away. But let's not talk about that. It's an open sore, definitely an open wound. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. If you have any questions about components, then give JT and the guys in the front office a call, 623-217-4959. If you've got other questions about, say, the Dunes trip, also call JT and he can tell you if we have anything open or available. If you are at the Dunes, come by and say hi to us. If you want to purchase some components, go to our website, shoptherapist.com, buy what you want. It'll ship right away. Thank you for tuning in for Tuesday. Thursday, we're not sure what we're going to talk about because we're going to be over at the race in Parker. We may have a feed, we may not, but try and sign in if we do one, okay? You guys have a really good day.